Today I will speak about witness consciousness and its purpose. As you have noticed, in daily life our attention is going outward, toward the world, objects, toward people, toward our own thought, feelings, physical body. So attention is scattered outside. So withdrawal of attention means bringing back attention to one point from where it seems to come from, which is also called pratyahara in Sanskrit, bringing back attention to one point. So different practice schools use different ways, but it's all the same at the end. So in self-inquiry, as taught by Ramana Maharshi or some other Advaita masters, is to bring back attention to one point, single point, I, me. So whatever you do, whether it is meditation, whether it is action in the world, you have always this kind of camera turned back toward I, me. Or you can change the who am I in who is doing it. Who is doing it? Whatever you do in the day, just like a light who is looking at that I. That is self-inquiry. It is to discover from where it comes from. So we withdraw attention to one point. In some other practices or tradition like Surat Shabd Yoga, in which I have been since 30 years, also one of my experience is to do that, to focus attention on the inner sound. So instead of listening to the outside world, you use attention on the inner sound, or nada, or shabd. So it's the same, you bring it, first it seems you are listening to some sound inside, but then gradually you understand it's about being at the root of the one who is listening to the sound. So we use the same principle, we bring back attention to one point. First, there is still consciousness of a sound. And then it becomes just pure awareness. Sounds might be there or not. For those who practice that, it is always present, but behind the sound is pure silence, or ashabd, which is the contrary of shabd. So it's all bring back to the same point, to bring back to one point. It's also combined in this tradition with bhakti, devotion to a guru, to a master, which is again the same principle, to bring back attention to one point. You think about your guru, your master, which is bhakti, devotion. So you use this concentrating back. So it's the opposite of concentrating out, is withdrawing attention to one point. Whether it is I, or the sound, or your master guru. In some other tradition like Kashmir Shaivism, they also use more breathing, but in a deep sense, not just simple practice of pranayama, but going very deep in observing the sound, to be just as an observer, to come to the same point. First it's attention on the breath, but then it goes beyond to what is called turiya, the state of just witnessing. So they all come to the same. I just spoke about few tradition which I am aware of, which I have been through myself. but you will find similar principle because it's universal. So the principle is bring back attention to one point, whatever it is, whatever fits you. Yes, and everybody is different, unique, you can find your own way. And you can combine different things according to the moment. Also, I forgot to mention a very famous method, which is mantra, japa, to repeat words. It's again to bring back attention to one point, japa, mantra. In some traditions, they combine, like in Surat Shabd Yoga, they combine mantra, the sound, and the guru. So Ramana Maharshi would speak also about some time to surrender to the guru, or to God, or to put attention on I, which is again putting back attention to one point. So that is, we could say, a stage of bring everything together, because we are lost, we have been lost in Maya, in duality, in separation. So we come out of this duality by pratyahara, withdrawal of attention, in one point. And then this, by itself, just with this witness consciousness in one point, by not moving from there, it will do its work. All what is around the individual's memories, mental tendencies, vasanas, whatever you call it, vikalpa, this, what is around, which is made from conditioning, will be cleaned by just doing nothing, staying in that light of witness consciousness. For example, if somebody triggered me by saying something or being angry, or the world, either I react out to judge, my attention flow out, or I just stay here, and whatever it has been triggering around that point will be dealt in any way. So the final recipe here is, the direct path is to do nothing, to stay in this witness consciousness with the help of a tool, whether it is self-inquiry, the sound, the master, the mantra, or not. In further we go, we need less and less this support. And this, whatever is need to be cleaned or arranged, we have to do nothing, just to be here. So, what said Ramana Maharshi, these three famous sentence, is not even coming from him. It was in some scriptures before. First, you realize the world is an illusion. Because you suffer, you are lost in duality, and so on. So you declare the world is an illusion, the master tells you that, and then he brings your attention back. Only the self is real too. This. And the third is, the world is Brahman, the world is God. So that is, after withdrawing in this witness consciousness, this point, then it is dissolving to swallow, in a way, to embrace, to make everything yours. Before that, the ego separates good, bad, pleasant, unpleasant. That's why in some intermediate state, we may experience some even more pleasant experience or more terrible pleasant than on the physical plane. That is also possible to experience that. But this, again, the recipe is to not get distracted by that and stay here as witness consciousness. And then we realize more and more that this is not touched by any kind of experience. And it leads us to this absolute presence, about which I talked in my last video, which is our own nature, or the self, or Radhaswami, or the Tao, which is, or the Supreme Shiva. These different words. The absolute has no name, so it doesn't matter which name, but it is that which is always independent from anything. So the purpose of this withdrawal of attention, witness consciousness, is to finally be dissolved. So that's why we talk sometimes about dying while living. It's not a physical death. It's about this individual consciousness melting, dissolving into the cosmic consciousness or the self. So, as long as we need to use this withdrawing of attention, we do. And then automatically, it's less and less needed or not needed at all. So it's part, I wanted today to make a kind of map just to have a full view. And then wherever we are at, we don't need to look at anyone else to compare, just where it resonates with me, and I just move on from where I am, or just stay here. So thank you for listening. You can subscribe to the channel, like the video. I will meet you very soon. Thank you. Namaste.